Okay, let's go ahead and get started. It's Monday, November the 1st, 2021. It's about 2 minutes after 10. This is a special Commissioner Court meeting. Call the meeting to order. We do have a quorum and acknowledge any guests that's here today. Number one is to deliberate and consider action on the following items. And number one is discuss and consider approving resolution authorizing submittal of one or more DR 4586 HMGP applications to the Texas Division of Emergency Management. Authorizing the county judge or judge pro tem to act as a county authorized representative in all matters pertaining to the application and committing matching funds. Mr. Mark.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. This is in conjunction with the HMGP application for the winter storm that we had last February. This will be a generator. Generator will be installed by the billboard, and the purpose of it will be to power the billboard should there be a loss of electricity. The engineer has completed the budget on it. Budget, not counting management cost, is $160,035, with the local share of that being $40,008.75. This is for a 45 kilowatt generator to be mounted, to be elevated. Once again, that's a low-lying area, so it will be elevated up above the flooding height.
Sounds like a bunch.
What was that match again?
40.
$40,000. Is that 25?
Yes.
Guess we can do any of that by ourselves, huh? The question was, can we do any of that by ourselves?
Yes, sir, we can take a look at that using force account on some of your match commitment on it if you'd like.
We could actually build the stand itself in platform. In the dirt? You gonna put it on dirt or platform?
Could be on the platform.
It's gonna be on the platform. Okay.
Okay.
So that's something that may be doable, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll get with you and we can discuss that in more detail if you'd like, Judge.
Okay. Right.
Now, with that being said, as far as the resolution, as far as your match commitment, it's still going to be the same. It would just be in kind match that you would be contributing rather than a cash match.
Sure. All right. I'll make that motion.
A second.
Motion been made by Mr. Palmer and second by Mr. Thompson that we approve the resolution. Item number one. Is any discussion? Not all in favor? 5-0. Number two is the same thing except it's a DR 4572 HMGP applications. Mark.
That's correct, Judge. It is exactly the same thing for exactly the same intent. The only difference is you're able to submit this application through Hurricane Laura. So basically, there are two different funding cycles that you can submit this application through.
And it's for the same thing, right?
Yes, sir. Exactly the same thing.
Same match.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll make that motion. We accept.
I'll second.
Motion been made by Mr. Thompson, second by Mr. White, that we approve the resolution for DR 4572 HMGP application. Any discussion? Not all in favor? 5-0. Number three, discuss and consider approving housing guideline revision number 5 regarding the duplication of benefit review done in conjunction with 2016 Flood Housing Assistance Program, GLO contract 18-53-000-B277. Mr. Mark?
If y'all don't mind, I'm going to defer to Crystal on this one and let her tell y'all about it. She's a lot
Okay.
better to look at than I am.
So I don't know if I'm sure you remember that when we did the guidelines for the housing program, we were working in conjunction with Aptum. And there was some wording in there that referenced Xactimate software, which was a software that Aptum used that Traylor and Associates did not use. And so when we were being monitored on this program, the GLO recommended that we take that language out. And so that's mainly what that is. Really, number 3 and number 4 kind of has to do with the way that we did the damage assessment and the duplication of benefits reviews and the rehab.
So you want to lump 3 and 4 together, just the extinction number 5 and number 6 is the only difference?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, number 5 and number 6 revision. I mean, it was 2 different sections of the housing guidelines, but it kind of addressed both of them. Sort of reference that same issue with the Xactimate and just how we determine some cost reasonableness and things like that.
Once again, these revisions were recommended by the GLO and in the monitoring of the case files. Both of these proposed guideline revisions have been posted to the county's website for the required time frame. At this point in time, if the Commissioners Court chooses to approve these revisions, then they will go back to GLO for their final approval to be incorporated in the guidelines themselves.
Okay, we'll lump item number 3 and 4 together, distinction number 3 being number 5 and number 4 being number 6, actually having the same application consequences.
I'll make that motion.
I second.
Motion been made by Mr. Formby and second by Mr. Thompson that we approve the housing guideline revision for number 5 and the housing revision number 6. Any discussion? Not all in favor? 5-0. Number 5 is discussing and consider awarding demolition contract to James W. Turner Construction, Ltd. for the 2016 flood and Harvey buyout program GLO contract 18-533-000-B277 and 20-066-015-C108. Mr. Mark?
Judge, Commissioners, initially we did go out for procurement on demolition in conjunction with the 2015 and 2016 grants. Now that we're getting to the buyout portion of this and the demos associated with that, there were some line items that were not included in the demo portion that would put us over the 25% cost cap as far as change orders. So the GLO recommended that we go out and reprocure for demolition services. We did that, we published, we posted, we did all the hoops and loops as required. And let me back up just a little bit. With 2015 and 2016, we had 5 bidders on that particular procurement process. We reached out to those same contractors. One contractor responded to us, so we did only receive 1 bid on that. We got back in touch with GLO. They usually frown on receiving only 1 bid. In light of the circumstances, in light of where Newton County is geographically located, the damage that's been received over in Louisiana from hurricanes and the amount of personnel that are being drawn over there as well as other directions, GLO said that we had good justification for using the 1 bid, the sole source procurement. And at this point in time, once again, we are coordinating with the GLO on it. They have reviewed the documentation that we have submitted. What this is doing is presenting it before Commissioners Court for them to authorize us moving forward with the one bid and sole source procurement, at which time, once everything's signed, then we'll send it back to GLO for their blessing on it so we can move forth with the one bid that we received for the demolition. And once again, this is for the demolition in conjunction with the 2016 buyout, as well as the Harvey buyout, which we are working on the buyout program as well.
I'll make that motion.
Motion been made by Mr. Palmby and second by Mr. Thompson that we approve the demolition contract between James W. Turner Construction and the 2016 flood and the buyout program on both GLO contracts. Any discussion?
Is there any match money on this?
No.
No.
This will if you award him that contract, this will go all the way through the end of it, right?
Yes, sir, that is correct.
Okay. All right. No further discussion. All in favor? 5-0. Number 6, discuss and consider accepting the revised language for Newton County procurement policy to comply with 2 CFR 200. Mark?
There again, this is in coordinating with the GLO and the monitoring that they did on the files. 2 CFR 200, CFR stands for Code of Federal Regulations. Section 2, Part 200 of the federal regulations references procurement policies and procedures. They did recommend that some minor revisions be done to the county's procurement policy in order to comply better with these federal regulations. As far as the exact wording, Liz might be able to discuss that better.
I didn't bring it with me. I left it.
Okay. Crystal, do you have that handy at your desk by chance?
Maybe. See.
I'm just putting everybody on the spot this morning.
Yeah, thanks, Mark. And I meant to grab it before I came over and I left it laying on the desk.
It has to do, it has to do with not avoiding unnecessary duplicative items. And I think the wording, I still have the old wording before we changed it.
And Crystal, we had to tell our procedure. Remember, we had that we have like 4 or 5 steps that different ones look at it before it's actually something's actually purchased. And they were happy with that procedure in there.
Right. I think so. Having different people go through and look at what's being purchased was supposed to help not procure things twice or duplicative items.
And the paragraph that is proposed to be inserted, this will be under section 2 of the methods of procurement. It will state all procurements made under this policy shall avoid acquiring unnecessary or duplicative items. 2 CFR 200.318D, conducting multiple steps in monitoring invoices received, ensures avoiding unnecessary or duplicative items. Invoices for grant expenditures are reviewed by the grant administrator and the county grants department, then sent to the county auditor to process for payment. The auditor's office also reviews the invoice before approving for payment. And that's the wording that we're proposed to insert into the procurement procedures.
So is this going to be related to all our procurement policies, or is this pertaining to only the grant.
This is for grant expenditures.
Okay,
Yes, because we've got that one, we've got our regular procurement policy, but we have to have a separate one for procurement with federal funds. And that's one, this goes with it, and that's the one I'm telling you, Judge, that they've made some changes. The Hill Creek was sending some more changes later on.
so it just has to do with federal funds only and not actually, okay.
Judge, if I could share the screen for just a second here. If you will see, the part that we're including is right here. And the second paragraph states invoices for grant expenditures.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, that clarifies what I need to know.
All right.
Anybody else got any questions? Hear a motion?
Make that motion. We approve the,
Hear a second?
Second?
Motion been made by Mr. White, second by Mr. Palmy, that we accept the revised language for the Newton County procurement policy in compliance with the 2 CFR 200. Any discussion? All in favor? 5-0. Number 7, discuss and appropriately extend the tornado disaster declaration until November the 8th, 2021. I declared a disaster declaration one day last week. What was that? What day was that? On the 7th? 27th. And so I need y'all permission to extend it to November the 8th.
I'll make that motion.
second.
Motion been made by Mr. Thompson, second by Mr. White, that we extend the tornado disaster declaration till November the 8th, 2021. Any discussion? Not, all in favor? 5-0. Hear a motion to adjourn?
Make the motion to adjourn.
I second.
Motion been made by Mr. White and second by Mr. Thompson, we adjourn 20 minutes after 10.
We got to sign that declaration.
Thank you, Mr. Mark.
Thank you, Judge, Commissioners. Y'all have a good day.
Y'all come down and buy my lunch anytime.
Appreciate that, Judge.
All right.
Problem.